don't think enough people walk in to start their day with an easy win, as in planning your day to make sure that at the beginning of the day you are getting that easy win and that you are setting yourself up for success, which then sets the tone for the rest of the day for you. That's really important.
A quick win is about, the ultimate goal is to kind of refocus and reshift your mindset to make sure you start off on the right foot, right?
We have things as business owners thrown at us every day. With whatever's been thrown at you, oftentimes you're not starting in the right mindset. Quick wins are the perfect way to reset your mindset.
Hey, difference makers. Welcome to the Difference Maker Revolution podcast. This week, we have Steve Saporito in Australia and we have Jeanine McLeod in Tampa, Florida. And today, we are talking about quick wins. What does that even mean? Is it possible to have a quick win? Is that even a thing?
I think your biggest quick win's going to be getting that American accent right today, Jono. You got the Aussie one down, Pat, but we need that American drawl.
The American one is hard. It's hard. Jeanine does a great American accent.
Yeah, I've got that one nailed.
Yeah.
Puts it on, doesn't she?
I do put it on pretty well. I fool everyone.
So we said today that we wanted to talk about quick wins, and I think that both Jeanine and you, Steve, were going away and making a list of quick wins that our listeners could implement into their business. Now, quick wins, is that even possible, Jeanine, do you think? Is there any kind of quick wins that you go to on a day-to-day basis, or talk to us?
Well, all right. So let's just frame this, I think, in the beginning as far as why you would want a quick win, right? So we have things as business owners thrown at us every day, right? Especially if you're a business owner that also has a family, right? And so you have everything that happens with your family before you even start work for the day. Like poor Betsy yesterday on her way to work, her daughter threw up all over her, And I've had that happen to me 3 times in my life, right? To the point where I just burned my clothes and threw out the car seat, right? I'm like, I'm done. I'm not even going to try and clean this. So
where do you eat? Where do you people eat?
It's having children. Steve, you have 5 kids, But life, business has a way of throwing things at you. And if you just start off your day when you hit the studio with whatever's been thrown at you, oftentimes you're not starting in the right mindset. And so, or you could have a string of things happen at the studio. We talked last week about unhappy clients and how you can respond with them. Well, even if you turn an unhappy client around, or when you turn an unhappy client around, it's still something that you had to overcome. And so quick wins are the perfect way to reset your mindset. If you have a bag of tricks, Steve, a bag of quick wins that you can go to in your tool belt when you know you need a quick something to change your mindset, to change your world that day, to change your viewpoint. That's what a quick win is for. So I figured we should probably define that before we actually go list off some quick wins, if that makes sense. So people understand why and when you would need to use them.
Right. So you're saying that it's a quick win is about, the ultimate goal is to kind of refocus and reshift your mindset to make sure you start off on the right foot, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, that's definitely one of the reasons. And Steve, I think, has a couple of other ones too. So I don't want to do all of the talking here. But yeah, for me, that's why. And for my team as well. Another example would be if you have team members that are making phone calls and maybe they had 10 people they didn't get through in a row, right? 10 voicemails. It can start to get a little drudgerous. Is that a word? Drudgerous?
Is now.
Did you just do that in an Australian accent?
No, that was my accent.
And so you need to break that monotony and have a quick win. One would be calling an existing client that you know would love to hear from you. So you can actually talk to someone happy on the other end of the phone and realize that there are people out there that will answer their phones, right? So it could be that you need it to get yourself in the right mindset. It could be because things aren't necessarily going according to plan and you need an easy win in order to get that momentum back. We're humans. We build on momentum, and either momentum can go up or momentum can go down. And we want to always have a plan for momentum to go back up.
It's amazing how your results seem to follow that momentum that you build for yourself. I love that you said start the day with mindset, because I think, and this is what I thought you were going to say, Jeanine, because you are the queen of planning. Start your day and plan for a success. And I don't think enough people walk in to start their day with an easy win, as in, planning your day to make sure that at the beginning of the day, you are getting that easy win and that you are setting yourself up for success, which then sets the tone for the rest of the day for you. And I think that that's really important. I think a lot of people walk in sort of with no plan and end up being quite reactionary. And so that doesn't lead to a quick win. But it depends, I suppose, on what you need the quick win to be. Sometimes it's like what you said, it's about motivation. And sometimes, I'm an advocate for having a welcome book, and that when clients finish their experience with you and that they've seen their photos and, they're about to pay, you're asking them to fill out we call it a welcome book, but it's like a visitor's book. And they're writing down all of the reasons why they love the experience and what this experience meant to them. And I think it's got a few purposes in that. As a client's paying and making that final commitment to you, it's a great reminder of all the reasons why they are doing what they're doing. And so that's the first thing. But it's also really good for us to then go back and boost ourselves up to see what's the client's interpretation of what this experience meant to them, and bring some reality to what was important to the client and their reaction to your experience. And sometimes when you're having those days, Jeanine, and you walk in and you need that boost, sometimes that book is gold to go through and remind yourself of how excited clients are and how magical it is to work in the industry that we have the privilege of working in, and bringing so much joy to people, bringing so much self-realization, helping people find their magic again. I think that mindset and starting that day, reading some of those testimonials, sets you off on the right path for the day, really. I think the other thing we used to do, and it depends on what the quick win is, because sometimes a quick win is a booking. Sometimes a quick win, you need some money in the door, so it's about a sale. Sometimes it's getting production done on time. And so it depends on what it's for. But I know sometimes, we need money to come in the door. And sometimes those quick wins can easily come from calling clients that are excited to come and pick up their photos. Their photos are ready, but they haven't come and collected them. Just getting excited and organizing a reveal party for these people. So when they come in and they see their photos, it's that celebration that you're giving them. I had somebody actually contact me in the last couple of hours and said that she actually did this. When they come and collect, offering for them to see their photos again and potentially buy more, gets money in the door. Now, she tried it, she did it, but that person who came and collected ordered an extra $1,400. So sometimes those quick wins of getting excited, calling somebody and saying, "Hey, Jeanine, oh my God, I'm looking at these incredible, incredible eyes. That photo that you wanted, it's here waiting for you." Get excited. They come in and there's a quick win. If you need some more cash flow fairly quickly, and setting yourself up for that and making sure that happens every time.
Right.
Is that a good one, Jono?
Yeah, they're all good ones. Is that it?
Well, I'm trying to it's like table tennis. It's your turn, Jeanine, to hit the ball.
Janine's eager to get going there. So.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, feeding off of what Steve said as far as planning in the beginning of your day, I can't emphasize it enough, because I'll give you a good example. When you come in for the day, you know the time you have available for the day. And I think that a lot of people overestimate what they can get done, and then they can't get it all done, and then they feel like they've lost. And so for me, a quick win is understanding your day, whether you have sessions in the day, portrait experiences in your day, if you have design consultations in your day, if you have personal commitments in your day. Like today, I have a personal commitment after this podcast. I'm doing something with my mom, right? So I knew this morning I only had 3 hours of actual work time. Well, I'm not going to plan 8 hours of work for 3 hours of work time and then get to my end of my day and feel like I accomplished nothing. I picked 3 tasks that I knew I could get done in that time frame. And so guess what? I get to go see my mom with a clear conscience. I got all my work done. I get to the end of my day and I feel accomplished. I don't feel like, oh, I got nothing done today. I laid out a plan and I accomplished it, and I feel good about it. And so that then leads into tomorrow with momentum. If I didn't do that and I didn't make a plan and I got in and I wasted my 3 hours, or I picked items that couldn't get done in that time frame. Then I would get to the end of my day and I would be like, nothing got done today. I'm a loser. Tomorrow's going to suck because I'm going to get nothing done tomorrow too, you know? And so I hear this happen to a lot of our members and a lot of friends that I have that are not the best planners. And they just day after day after day, they lose their days because they don't plan well. And so they end up not feeling accomplished. So it's a matter of just planning properly. And those give you your quick wins. Just take it. Be intentional with your time and plan things that you can actually accomplish so that you have that win and you carry that momentum from day to day. So I agree with you 100%, Steve.
I totally love what you said, Jeanine. I think the one thing that's missing from that is be realistic. Because a lot of the times when people are planning their day, they're just not being realistic, looking at what had to happen. I had a conversation with somebody 3 days ago, and they were just beating themselves up because they know they have to be on the phone. They know they need to get bookings, and they're beating themselves up that they haven't been on the phone and they can't get motivated to get on the phone. So when I asked her, well, what were you doing? She shared that she had to leave at 7 a.m. For the last 3 days to go and do this commercial shoot that she'd booked. And it was unrealistic for her to be on the phone and come home from a day, and start calling people at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It just was unrealistic. But it was a commercial shoot. It was a job that she was doing. She does it every year. She loves going and doing it. She's photographing different people. And it was autistic kids that she was photographing. And I said, so why do you need a phone to make a booking? Exactly. Like if you're there and you're doing this for this organization, every single one of those people you're photographing is a family. Could you not do a discovery? Could you not maybe look for opportunities and maybe bring, and it was only because now that was in her awareness that she talked to 3 different people and she set herself up for those calls, and they're really interested in having a family experience because the job that she's on was about photographing that one individual. They're still a family. And she also identified 2 potential alliances. So just because you're out photographing doesn't mean that you can't also talk to these people, make them feel valuable, make them feel special. And if they want their own family experience, the parents were there. Why not?
So is a quick win something easy you would do?
Well, yes and no. So sometimes I think it's wins that make you feel productive. So I'll give you an example. Every week we need to have items on our to-do list in our project list that move our business forward, right? And so being able to automate those tasks or figure out ways to do them a little faster, those are all ways that I'll give an example here in a minute. Or we all should have lists in our business of things that need to be improved, right? It could be messaging on our website. It could be text messages in our automation sequence. It could be the email we send out to our existing clients. It could be getting a newsletter done. We all have a list of projects that always need to be worked on. So quick wins could just be knocking that off your to-do list. I need to update this text in this sequence. I'm going to get that done today. It could be I know that I need to change a negative message to a positive message, and I'm going to get that done today. It could be if we know that we need to put our social media up every single day and have posts scheduled out. A quick win today could be finding one client experience that has an incredible transformational story and turning it into 10 pieces of content for social media. Just do it. Think about the story, write it down, create a reel, create a carousel. Write your blog, have some behind the scenes ready to go, make a quote graphic, send an email, right? Ask for the client testimonial, right? So we know we all have to do these items. And so if you're looking and writing about your existing clients and the transformations that happen to them, it is a feel-good quick win because you can look back at this incredible experience you provided for somebody, the transformation that they received. It feels good in your heart because you did something great for somebody. You know that the experience they had changed their life in some way or another. And then you write about it. That is very powerful. And it really does help with your mindset. So that, Jonathan, can also be a quick win. Having items on your to-do list and getting them done. And doing and figuring out ways that you can do them more efficiently. Right? So instead of having to struggle with coming up with 10 pieces of content for the next 2 weeks, create one story and then create your content from that, right? And we have KCB that helps members do that. if they're in the difference maker revolution, right? And so just think about these stories and remind yourself how you help your clients, and then turn that into actionable items that you can actually get done. Quick win.
That's a great one. Really good. So going back to bookings, what if you need some bookings? I know our go-to was going through the database and seeing whose birthday's coming up. And we would always, the quick one would be starting off with those legacy birthdays, those who's turning 40, who's turning 50, who's turning 60. Those, decade type birthdays, or a significant birthday. Maybe one of the children in the family is turning 18 or 21. Looking for those that are happening within the next 2 weeks. You're ringing them, you call them to say, oh my God, I can't believe your daughter's turning 21. We've just realized we're running our birthday mail, and oh, that's how fantastic. What are the celebrations? It's amazing how clients find. I've been listening to calls of exactly this, and it's incredible to hear how clients, first off, almost every call I've listened to, they've started off saying, oh my God, we so should have booked in. We've been meaning to book in for however long this particular person. But they all start off with, we've been meaning to book in, or we've been meaning to call you. And then I think because they're a VIP client, because they're a client that's been in before, they just start talking, and you really don't have to do much. And in that, usually they're giving you, or they're giving themselves really, 5 different reasons that, or more, of why they should come in. So really they're trying to give themselves permission to say, hey, we'd love to come in. When can we make this happen? And that's a really quick win. Just doing that, looking at the birthdays, see who's coming up. It gives you a great reason to call. Clients are blown away by the fact that you made the effort to do that, because who does it? Who does that these days? Usually it's just a like on social media or a message through social media. Nobody calls anymore. So you're standing out. And that's about, what we need to do to stand out.
I really like this, Steve. And two, what I have found from making phone calls to our clients for life, as we call them, whether it be for birthdays or for something happening in their life that you see, is I've noticed that I start to find trends of what it is maybe that people are wanting and they think of as reasons for a photography experience that I might not necessarily have thought about or talked about in a while. And that helps to inspire what we might send in our e-newsletter, or what we might end up posting on social media. Because if your child recently graduated from college and you're like, and I'm calling you and I'm talking to you about that and congratulating you, and you're saying, oh my gosh, I need to bring the family in now that we have a college graduate, there's probably someone else who would be thinking, oh, you know what? After my child graduates from college, it'd be a great time to have another family portrait before they move off to another location and I don't get them back again for another year, And so things like that can help if you think about the conversations, trigger ideas for offers, for social media posts, for email newsletters, and for blog posts on our website.
And one of those easy wins, I know you've mentioned blog posts and social media and carousels and all these things that are very strange to old people like me. But an easy win would be to use KCB for people like me to tell me all the things that I don't know that I need to know and guide me through that and just get the job done. So I know that you would just get into KCB and make all that happen, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. So with KCB, especially like the blog scheduler, like the blog creator and scheduler, right? So we all know as different, it's important for us to write these stories and to create these unique blog posts. It helps us with our SEO. It helps us with our AI search engine, like all of it. It helps.
All the optimization.
All the optimizations. Pick all your letter and acronyms. It helps with and so, but it can be tough if you were to sit and stare at a blank screen to get that done. Because even if you're, the greatest writer in the world, staring at a blank page is not easy. KCB takes that blank page away from you, and she helps you write your blog post so you can get that task done every week. That's my goal. I want a blog post a week out and promoted. And so without KCB, I would never be able to do that. And I wouldn't get that. So she does help provide me a quick win. And every Sunday I'm able to write, and every Monday I'm able to post. And it's a great partnership, me and KCB, to be able to get that quick win done for the beginning of every week for me.
And for listeners that don't know what KCB is, maybe do a bit of an explanation.
Jonathan, tell us what KCB is.
Let's get Jono going. Now we've reversed it. Now let's ask Jono questions.
Jonathan, tell us about KCB.
Hey, I'm the question asker on this podcast, right?
Put your pen down and stop pointing at us and just answer the question.
Oh, KCV is the most amazing employee you will ever have. Helps you to actually get SH1T done, right? So she is programmed with the knowledge of Steve, Ronan, Jeanine, and myself. We put like this really cool brain sucker in all of our heads and we like sucked out our brains and we organize it using special AI voodoo into this incredible structure that helps you to do very important things, like Jeanine said, like your social media posts, like creating your Facebook ad copy, like creating avatars for your business, like creating your email newsletters, your website copy. And not only does she do it using the frameworks that we teach built into it, but she does it tailored to each avatar that you've created, which is really, really cool. So, you know, all that stuff that you used to hate doing before AI existed, like writing blogs and emails and making social media posts and creating ad copy, where you would sit at a blank screen and wonder, where do I even start? And then AI came along and it made life a bit easier. But the problem was they didn't have the right information to help you do that. Well, now KCB is your solution to all of that.
Definite quick win.
Definite quick win.
Huge quick win. Actually, being a member of the Inner Circle is probably the quickest win that you could ever have.
And it's so easy to get signed up, Jonathan.
All you got to do is click on the link below and apply now, and we'll reach out and see if we can help you. Is that like the end of this like quick wins podcast?
That's the sign off. Everybody click. We got there too quick. Did we get there too quick?
Well, no, look, I just want to say this for people listening to this podcast, especially because I really want everyone to understand like the purpose why we wanted to talk about quick wins. And it really is about momentum. And so I know we talked about that in the beginning, and I just want to wrap it up in the end. And because especially as we invite people to join us in the difference maker revolution, momentum is key. It's key in your life and it's key in your business. And quick wins give you momentum, but so does being part of a community of positive minded people that are running businesses just like yours, with mentors who are always looking for ways to help you keep your momentum and coach you along the way. So I agree. Clicking on that link below to joining the Difference Maker Revolution would be one of the quickest wins you could have. And join in this momentum train that we're on. Choo choo. We're going to keep our momentum going into the next podcast and into the next day, because that's what we do.
And celebrate those wins, everyone. It's important to celebrate the wins.
That's Jonathan's favorite thing to do, celebrate the wins.
With a group of people that is truly cheering for you. That's important.
So on that note, get your butt inside the Inner Circle, and we hope you enjoyed this quick podcast with lots of quick wins. Bye for now.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to join.